This is David
Okay.
Compertore. I'm the newsletter chair for the local section of the Rochester Optica group, and I'm here with Cormic, our president, and I'm going to ask him a few questions about the optics community in Rochester. So, Cormic, just give us a little bit of the background you've had with the Rochester community.
All right, sure. Let's see. I graduated from the Institute of Optics here at U of R back, I'll just say in the 90s, early 90s. And I've been working locally here ever since. Whether that's been for some very small companies. I worked for the university for a period of time. I worked for Kodak, which then became ITT, Excellus, L3 Harris, um, and worked for them for quite a while until I was attracted to open up my own division of a small company. I currently work for Arizona Optical Metrology, AOM, which is headquartered in Tucson, and I am opened up this branch here in Rochester, and I now interact with a lot of the local companies on a very regular basis, much more so than I did working for L3 Harris.
Hey, oh, so you bring up an interesting point. I think most Rochesterians know, at least in the optics biz, know that Arizona has a pretty good optics community itself. Uh, how much have you learned of the Arizona optics community?
So yeah, I don't directly interact with a lot of the different companies there. Some of them though. There have been a few companies out there that I've met with and visited. And yeah, it's also a very vibrant community for sure. It's a little different from Rochester. If you're making optics there in Arizona, it seems most of those people are making big optics. Um, Otherwise, most of the rest of the community seems to be concentrating on instruments. And I'd say so as opposed to the Rochester community where there's a lot of small shops making small optics, as well as instruments and other things. But so it is a different flavor there for sure.
Right, great. And I know you've been able to attend several of the talks uh, that the Optica group had put on this year. Any interesting takeaways from the first few?
Um, yeah, I'll start by just saying that our program chairs have done an excellent job of lining up speakers this year. There have been some really fascinating ones. The one that we had just the other week on planetary nebulae was just fascinating. I thought that was a terrific talk given by a RIT professor. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but that
I'll
was a
look it up
great
and
talk.
put it in the description above.
Yeah. So that was a great one. And unfortunately, at the moment, not too many others are coming to mind immediately, but there have been a number of good ones this year, though, as there always are. There's just so much going on in the community. You can't possibly stay on top of it, all of it. And so this is a great way to catch up on little pieces here and there and learn more about what is going on locally as well as internationally. There are some of our speakers do come from other parts of the country. I don't think we've had any international speakers yet this year, but sometimes it happens.
Yep, and I know we have the Stephen D. Jacob Memorial Talk coming up. Can you
Yeah.
say anything about that?
Yeah, so that's going to be Jessica DeGroot Nelson, who she currently works for Edmond Optics, as well as she's a part-time professor at the U of R. And she is very, I'll say, very well educated. Really knows her stuff, uh, and has a lot of experience locally. Has been very involved in our local community as part of our council on Rock Optica, and she's a great speaker. So I'm sure it'll be a fantastic talk. unfortunately, I will be in Tucson for that talk. So,
Okay. Uh, very good. And so is AOM doing anything interesting now? Are they looking for folks, or are they have any big projects? What's going on?
I'll say we're always ready for what we call hires of opportunity. So, if the right person happens to show their face at the right time, even if we don't have a rec open, hey, we might snatch them up. Um, at the moment, we don't have any openings, but that will probably change before the year's out. We've been talking about maybe trying to hire one or two more people. Um, and I think both of those positions, well, one of them could definitely be in either Tucson or Rochester. The other one is probably going to be here in Rochester. Um, but yeah, you know, our main concentration is on uh, doing optical metrology, usually using computer generated holograms, but not solely that. We really are trying to be a full up metrology resource, one of our taglines is your metrology partner. And so, from doing systems analysis for alignments of things and testing to building up full test systems to selling just a hologram if that's all somebody needs. So we do all of that. We're really trying to push into getting the world to see us as not only a resource for optical component metrology, but also optical system metrology. So we've developed a way in which computer generated holograms can be leveraged to align an optical system, make it a much easier alignment process, um, and really speed that process up. So we have a few customers that are already using our holograms to do this. So far, it's really worked great for them, and we're ready to try to get more customers to do those things. And like I say, it really will speed up the process. What we're seeing is there's this increasing demand for telescopes in the half-meter range. And this process works excellent for those, especially if a company is looking to build 20 or 30 units. Cadence is going to be a big issue. So how quickly can you align each one of those? And this really helps there.
Hey, is that for satellites typically?
That's usually, I mean, there's some companies doing ground-based telescopes in that size range as well. And but there seems to be where the growing demand is seems to be for space telescopes. With a number of systems that are launched these days, and a whole lot of space junk up there flying around, most of it looking down at us. Yeah, it's a lot of people want to be able to do this, and so we're happy to help them be able to get good images at again, trying to meet that cadence and ultimately low cost is what that cadence really helps. So
Right. And do you guys attend any of the shows, SPIE, OptiFab, whatever?
yeah, so OptiFab's going to be this October here in Rochester. So we will definitely be at OptiFab.
Have a booth?
Yeah, we're going to have a booth, and so people can definitely come and see us here. A closer time frame, SPIE DCS, which is Defense and Commercial Sensing, I think is what DCS stands for. That's going to be in Orlando in April. We're going to be there, and I think one or two others in between.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You run the booth yourselves, or?
For both of those, I will be there in the booth.
Okay.
Yeah, usually those are about the only two that I usually do.
Okay.
Sometimes I get pulled in others, but we have a sales and marketing team that usually takes care of most of that.
Great. Well, there you have it. We got a scoop.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Is there anything else you want to tell us about before sign off?
Nothing comes directly to mind. It's really been a pleasure I'll say being very involved with the local Optica community, and it's excellent, not just networking, but a chance to talk to people who are like-minded, right? Who have interest in the same things, especially during those talks. And anybody who hasn't made the effort to come out and see any of those talks, I definitely recommend paying attention to what we post on our website for upcoming talks, and please come to them. It is really a great chance to find out more about what's going on in the community.
Hello, this is David Compertore, newsletter chair of the Optica Rochester section. Here taking on a little announcement at the end of this interview with Cormic. Just want to remind everybody that SPIE's OptiFab is happening the 20th to the 23rd of October 2025 this year at the Rochester Riverside Convention Center. Technical program runs from the 20th to the 23rd, and then the floor show is the 21st to the 23rd. For those of you who are submitting abstracts, they were due May 7th. So hopefully you got those in, and hopefully we see you all there come October. And just a reminder to anyone who would like to add an announcement at the end of the newsletter here, I'm happy to do just the same. So hopefully you enjoyed the newsletter. This is David Compertore from Optica Rochester section. Wishing you a good day.